So last week, this happened.
If in mobile homes or vehicles, evacuate them and get inside a sturdy shelter. If no shelter is available, lie flat in the nearest ditch, or other low spot and cover your head with your hands. The safest place to be during a tornado is in a basement. Get under a workbench or other piece of sturdy furniture. If no basement is available, seek shelter on the lowest floor of the building in an interior hallway or room such as a closet. Use blankets or pillows to cover your body, and always stay away from windows. If in mobile homes or vehicles, evacuate them and get inside a substantial shelter.
And as a result, there are 4 things I'd like to say about it. Number 1, I just kind of don't think it's fair, saying as being Californians, we have agreed to put up with earthquakes, fires, floods, potential typhoons, mudslides. I feel that earns us the right to not have to experience tornadoes or hurricanes. Number 2 is an issue with the emergency announcement, in which people are instructed to seek shelter in their basements. This is California. Maybe 1 in 10,000 houses have a basement. And if that person happens to have a basement, it is probably so full of crap that human beings can't fit in it. So why tell people to go into a basement when no one has a basement? I mean, they might have a crawl space underneath their house, but that is probably so covered in animal droppings that no one is going to want to crawl in it. They will much prefer being sucked up into a tornado than have to crawl through literal crap. 3, people are instructed to lie down in ditches and cover their heads. Where are all these ditches? Like, is the Midwest just covered in ditches? Which, maybe, because it's more agrarian, there are more ditches. But this is more of a urban-like setting. There are not just ditches around for people to lie down in. And to tell them to leave a perfectly good house in order to go lay down in a ditch that does not exist in California. Number 4. So, the tornadoes in question that we were being warned about were being listed as F1 tornadoes, which have winds anywhere from 73 to 112 miles per hour. According to most websites, the damage resulting from such tornadoes can be, and I quote, is moderate. Mobile homes may be pushed off foundations, and moving vehicles may be pushed off the road. Okay? So why would you tell people, if only there's a small chance that their mobile home might be shifted, and if it's shifted, that's not like a big deal. You can be fine in a house that's been shifted. It's not picked up and dropped, it's moved. That can happen to you in an earthquake. My grandmother's house was moved a foot off its foundation in an earthquake. She was fine. So, perhaps we shouldn't be telling people to leave perfectly safe enclosures to go outside to be exposed without any sort of shelter around them. Perhaps we should just tell them to lay down in a closet or some other kind of sheltered closed off part of the house that isn't, have windows or breakable objects. In comparison, the tornadoes in the Midwest on average have 207 to 260 mile per hour winds, and their description goes something to the tune of, damage is devastating, houses can be leveled and towers thrown, objects become deadly missiles. Okay, so that's not what we were dealing with. We're dealing with an F1. But they gave us recommendations for an F4. I feel that this is a problem because I feel like it creates an attitude in people to stop listening to emergency announcements. My worry, and why I'm bringing this up at all, is that I feel like if you give people the inappropriate response information, that in the future they're not going to listen to those emergency broadcasts as much as they need to, and may result in people not heeding those warnings. Alright, that's going to do it for me this week. Tune in next week when I tell you 4 reasons why Jeeves and Wooster was one of the best British comedies ever made.